Hello guys, how are you doing? This is your homeboy Melon. This video is a sort of response to the previous video, not previous, but one of the video that I did couple weeks ago, where I was talking about the employment here in the Philippines, and I got a lot of questions regarding that video, about people inquiring, asking me if I can provide more information and more detail. So since I cannot answer to everybody one by one, I decided to just have a video where I can give some general answer that I wish I could have known myself when I was about to enter the Philippines. So it can be case by case if you go deep into question, but as a general idea, I wish I could have known the one that I'm going to share with you right now. And this will be like 5 or 6 things to know before coming here in the Philippines. So before jumping to the topic right now, for everybody in need on French or French class, or maybe you're about to take an exam, you need to learn French, or for any reason, maybe for professional reason, you need to speak French. We have a Facebook page, Manila French Tutor, where you can just connect with us through Messenger, and the whole team will take care of your query and probably help you to reach the level that you wish to reach in French. Now, going back to the employment, the previous video, and some question that I got, I'm not going to answer to everybody one by one, but I'm just sharing some things that I know now that I didn't know when I was coming in the Philippines, or that you should know as you are coming here in the Philippines. First one, entering the Philippines, you should make sure that you have your ticket to exit the Philippines. You have your flight ticket already booked, reserved, and paid to exit the Philippines. For those who are entering the country as a tourist, it's a must, it's a requirement. As soon as you land in Naiya Airport here is the Nino Aquino International Airport. As soon as you land there, one of the first things that will be required to you is what is your flight ticket leaving the country, or when do you plan to leave. And once you give the date that you plan to leave, they will directly ask you what is the flight ticket that you have booked for that. A lot of people have been kicked back from the airport because they just didn't have a flight ticket exiting the country. And that's regardless your nationality, regardless where you're coming from, regardless your country. As long as in your visa it's going to be tourist, you're arriving as a tourist, it's a must to have a flight ticket leaving the country, maybe after 1 week, 2 weeks, a month, but you should have it at the moment that you're entering the country. The second thing that you might need, of course this is a little bit common for people who are traveling, is the hotel where you're going to stay. Should it be absolutely an hotel? Maybe not necessarily, but you should have a documentation of the place where you're going to stay, like a hotel, like a reservation hotel, or maybe if it's an invitation letter, you're coming with a friend, complete detail of the address of your friend, as well as some supporting document. So these two things have been sometimes the main factor of why people are kicked out in the airport, because as you know, Philippines is a country that is essentially a touristic place, right? A lot of people are coming in, and actually it's a free visa for a lot of countries. And usually people just think that since it's a free visa, I'm just going to show up there and then just enter the country. But no, these are the things that you should know just before going here in the Philippines. The second things that I'm going to say is regarding the employment. On my video I was saying that if you speak another language, it might be easier for you to find a job, right? But it's not like, I think like most of people looking for a job, it's not something that is automatic. Like as soon as you arrive, you start looking for a job, you show up in the company, and then you say I speak French, and then you're gonna get a job. No, it doesn't work that way. It's gonna take some time. So second thing or third things to know is you need to prepare some money, some cash to survive. And the cash that you need, it's including the extension of your visa. Because staying in the Philippines, I think you can extend the visa for at least 6 to 1 year without really valid explanation, as in you just go to the immigration and you say, I want to extend my visa for another month. They're going to give you the rate, the amount to pay. You just pay this amount, that amount, and then you're good to go for another month. I think the maximum that you can extend in one time is 6 months, but I think the total of your extension should be like around 1 year, and probably after 1 year you need to exit the country if you haven't found something like maybe a job or something that's going to help you change your status. You need to exit the country and maybe come back again. So you have this extension that you need to do like monthly or after every 2 months. It's up to you. There is a certain amount to pay for that. I think for 2 months extension when you're a tourist, it's more or less than 2,000 pesos. So you can just do the math based on where you are watching this video and see how much is it in your local currency. So it's around 2,000 pesos for 2 months for an extension. So these are the things that you need to have with you once you're already inside the Philippines, the money to survive. And talking about the money, there are some places that you should avoid when you're just arriving in the Philippines. There are some areas that are quite expensive, and there are some areas that are less expensive. For those who just arrive in the Philippines and just do tourism and thinking of finding a job gradually, you better not stay in the big city, because anyway most of the job that you're applying here will be online. So even if you're in a very far place like in a province or places that are quite cheaper, you still can apply for any job online. And if they need you, they're going to tell you to have a maybe face-to-face interview, and at that moment you can just get the transportation and go to the place that you need to have an interview. Supposedly that it's in the big city, it's in the main city. So coming to the Philippines, prepare some cash for extending your visa. It's around 2,000 pesos for every 2 months, cash for paying your location, and cash for paying your food. It can take you 6 months, it can take you 3 months, it can take you 2 months to get a job. And while waiting to get that, you need some cash. Now, how much should I prepare like monthly? It all depends of your living style. Like how much do you spend, how fancy is your life, right? Some place here you can literally rent 30 or 22 square meters for 7,000, 5,000 pesos. Less than 10,000 pesos, you can already have 22 to 30 square meter, right? So you can you can do the math. If you get 10,000 pesos for your rent, you maybe add to that another like what, 5,000 pesos or 6,000 pesos for your food, and 2,000 or 2,500 for your visa. You're around 20,000 and you're good to go monthly. And that's like to have a decent life. But if you even can tighten the belt more, you can even go lower than 20,000 pesos monthly to be able to survive until you get a job here in the Philippines as a foreigner. Now, the last point that I also want to highlight here is that you cannot come in the Philippines and really expect to do something else while waiting to find like a sort of main job. Like do some small job like I hear in some country, for example in Japan, in Europe, where you can you can go to a certain restaurant, clean up the plate, and then you get paid, I don't know, clean up the dishes, and then you get paid for that. These kind of things, or working in the factory or supermarket and get paid for that. This kind of job, you don't have it in the Philippines here. So definitely, unless getting this type of job that are related to your language, or maybe owning your own business, which can also take time, you cannot really have another way to get money in this country. That's why it's important to come already with your own cash to survive. There is no small job here, and the reason behind that is just because Philippines is not that much rich as a country, so there are a lot of people also in need of job here. And those people who are local, who also need this job, are already applying for all these kind of small jobs that you may think of, like cleaning up toilet, washing up dishes, and serving in a restaurant, or in a supermarket, or in a convenience store. There are a lot of Filipino local people already applying for that. And it's quite fair that the government will not accommodate a foreigner while there is a lot of people from the country in need of this position. The moment that they're giving you a job here in the Philippines, it was stated on my previous video, the moment that they're giving you a job here, it's because there's no really available manpower or enough talent to do what they're asking you to do as a foreigner. That's why I was saying speaking a lot of language can be an asset, because here in the Philippines they speak English and Tagalog. So you will not see a lot of people speaking French. You're not going to see a lot of people speaking I don't know, Nihongo or Korean or Chinese. So these can be an asset for you, and therefore it's quite easy for you, or there is less competition for you to find a job. But do not come here thinking, okay, while waiting to find a job in the big firm or in a big company, I'm just going to do those kind of small things that I was able to do maybe in France, that I was able to do in Spain or in Japan. No, it's not going to be possible here. And last thing that I want to share, that's more for students, people who are also going here not necessarily for work but directly for maybe study. There's a lot of universities in the Philippines that actually offer a lot of programs. I may have a lot of video when you're going to discuss about it, but for athletes it's quite easy to get a school here in the Philippines. As long as you are skilled enough, you can have everything covered from your first day up to your graduation day. Yes, I was saying that they are not that rich, but yes, there is some part of this country that offer a good program for foreigner, where you can really come here study from your first day of college up to your last day. Everything covered, food, shelter, equipment, everything, scholarship, everything is fully paid. So for students who are going here and thinking of maybe study here while being an athlete, you do not necessarily need to come with a lot of money. Suppose that you come here in the proper way, like, you know, you got a contract with a school who's supposed to take care of you, who lay down all the things that they're going to do for you. You don't need that much money, because as soon as you arrive, you're going to be taken care by the school. But for those who are coming here to work directly, it's quite different. And yeah, that's pretty much the things that I wanted you to know before going here in the Philippines. And if I may just add one for free, everything that I have said was free, but just an extra one: keep smiling with people. You know, if you are too much introvert, it might not always make things easier for you. There are introvert people here, but if you are too introvert coming in the Philippines, it might not make things that much easier for you, because they are quite warm here. And you know, as they are warm, they appreciate also warm people, right? So the fact that you're warm can easily help you have interaction with people, approach people, talk to people, ask questions to people. But if you are quite introvert, which is not bad, I'm not judging, it may also keep people away from you, and you as a foreigner, as someone who's just trying to learn about the country, you don't want people to stay too much away from you. You want to go to people, and people will bring you information. So be open, smile a lot, and go to people, talk to people, and things will be surely easy. So yeah, these are a few things that I hope I was aware of that going here in the Philippines. Now I know all these, but I think if I was aware of all these, it would have been much easier for me to navigate in the Philippines compared to what happened on the first day that I arrived here. It would have been much easier. And yeah, also English, it's going to help you a lot. I forgot that one. That was one of my main issue here. When I arrived here in the Philippines, I was just speaking French. I didn't know how to speak English. So yes, they speak Tagalog, but most of people here speak English. So it's going to be quite tough for you to come here not speaking English and want to interact with people. Either you speak English, either you speak Tagalog. And I think the fastest one to know how to is probably English. So if you're going here in the Philippines, also better learn English as much as possible before coming here. So these are the information that I wanted to give to you. if you have more questions or more stuff that you want to discuss about the Philippines, I cannot answer all the questions. That's why I just pick some like that I think it's kind of applicable to everyone. But if you have more things or more questions that you want me to discuss about, leave it in comment or just send me a message. I'm going to find time to maybe have another video and elaborate further. So while waiting, I will say take good care of yourself. Just a reminder for those who want to learn French, we have a Facebook page, Manila French Tutor. We have a lot of tutors there, qualified native speaker who can help you improve your French skill and eventually find a job here in the Philippines as a French speaker. There's a lot of opportunity as a French speaker here. Okay, so take good care of yourself and BIBALA.